Hi, my name is Melody Hassan. I'm a radio presenter, podcaster, and I also work in PR and comms. Okay, so I feel like when it comes to women, there is a level of vulnerability that comes with women telling their stories and honesty that comes with women telling their stories. So when it comes to podcasting and just being on radio, women are more vulnerable with the kind of stories that they tell, and they have like a range of topics to talk about. So I feel like that is the edge that they bring to podcasting and, just telling stories generally. They're more willing to share. So for me, I feel like I will just say how I'm feeling. Like if I'm feeling uncomfortable about something, if I feel like I don't like the way that I'm being spoken to and stuff like that, I will share and say, no, don't talk to me that way. I don't want you to talk to me that way. So I feel like advocating for myself is more about speaking up for myself in situations that I find myself that I'm not comfortable with. Or I just feel like I'm not, being spoken to the way that I would want to be spoken to, or how I feel like I should be spoken to. So advocating for myself is basically just speaking up for myself in situations. I just feel like generally we should be comfortable speaking up for ourselves and asking to be respected in the way that you would respect somebody else. Yeah, so I'm not checking for like, what are you feeling? So it differs. So for radio, I would say I have been on radio for, I think I was on radio for like over 5 years, about 5 years, 5-6 years. Then I feel like for podcasting, maybe like 3-4 years. I'm not sure about the numbers, but something around that range. Yes, like 5-6 years, 3-4 years. Yes, thereabout. I have never not been doing multiple things, or sometimes maybe I take a pause, maybe like for a year, 6 months, 7 months to master something that I'm trying to do. Then I still get back to doing something else. So when it comes to like radio, when it comes to my career generally, from like radio to podcasting to PR and comms, everything is always happening. Like I be doing everything at the same time, and sometimes I take a break to focus on one, because of course if you're trying to master a skill, you might not doing everything at the same time. I know it'll be the easiest way to go about it. So you can just take a pause for this one, you're starting this one and you master it, then you can now come back to making everything work with your time and all of that. And in this time that we live in, you can't just be doing one stuff in this Nigeria, even though you're gonna be hungry. So you just have to make it work. And also about the question about feeling supported, I shout out to the people that tell their stories and they're like, oh, like I had to do this on my own, like I learned the skill by myself, or I didn't have anybody helping me and stuff like that. That they literally had to figure it out by themselves. Shout out to them. But to be very honest, I am not one of those people. I have always had support. Like I have never been like in a situation or trying to figure something out and I didn't have people like cheering me on. I didn't have like my support system. I didn't have my friends. I didn't have people like rooting for me. So I'm very grateful for that. So I am able to do all these things because I always have people supporting and just cheering me on, and for that I'm grateful. So yeah, I've always been supported, always. I literally be talking to my friends and be like, oh, I think I want to do this. My friends are like, yes, you can. I'm like, no, I can't. Like, well, yes, you can. So I always have people supporting me and it makes it easier for me. It's so beautiful when you're sharing a story that you feel like you're the only one that can relate, and you just put that story out there and you'll be shocked at the amount of people that would call you or text you and be like, that is also happening to me. I think that that's one of my favorite things about radio, being able to talk to regular people that are going through the same stuff that you're going through, and they can relate and they can contribute to the conversation. And for me, it's always so good to see that you're able to converse with people and have honest conversations, and people feel safe, texting you and calling you and sharing their stories. I feel like you would hear the most unhinged conversations on radio. People say, this happened to me or that happened to me, because they feel safe sharing, because you can't see the person sharing. So they will be more comfortable telling this to like random people or like presenters or people on radio that they feel comfortable with. So that is something that I really like. And also for me, I also love the joy that comes with hearing a song that is not so popular, or like hearing a song from an emerging artist that people are not necessarily like vibing to at the time, and you're so excited to introduce people to the song for nothing. Like, no, they're just like, oh my god, I found this song. So being able to support the system or support young artists that are not as popular is something that I really used to take pride in doing, because it made me feel really good that, you know, putting somebody on and just introducing people to a song that I found. I might not even know this person. So yeah, supporting the emerging scene and, you know, playing their songs really used to make me feel really good, especially when I get feedback from the audience. I'm like, oh, I really like this song, or like 4 or 2, 3 years after, or like a year after, that person becomes big. You're like, yeah, I saw this, I knew this person was going to be big. So yeah, stuff like that. Being on radio needs you to have certain level of vulnerability, especially if you're big on having conversations and just want to hear from other people. Of course, you have to share for people to feel comfortable. So yes, for radio, yes, definitely. But not like sharing the things that I'm not comfortable sharing. But I don't think that has necessarily translated to making me a more sharing person, because as a person, that is something that I struggle to do. You know, when I'm maybe going through stuff and like just wanting to, I struggle with explaining or sharing that with people around me. You know, there's always a part of me that's like, oh, don't worry, I don't want to bother anybody or something. So I don't necessarily feel comfortable telling people stuff that are maybe when I'm going through stuff. But I think I'm getting better at sharing, because, you know, my friends are like, okay, do you want to wait till you are dead before you tell us something is wrong? But yeah, I'm not the biggest share like with people. One misconception that I like to address is people have the opinion that people that work in media, women that work in media, or, you know, generally are very extroverted and life of the party, and, you know, they want to have a good time, they want to have fun, you know, but that's not true. That's absolutely not true. There are people that work in media that are super introverted, and this is like work for them. And, you know, it's not everyone that wants to be turning up or be outside turning up. Some people just like to, you know, chill. And sometimes when people see you outside, they're like, oh my god, and you're like, hi, hello. You're like, ah. I'm like, okay. So it's not everyone that works in media that is extroverted or that is super wanting to chill outside or just have a good time. Some people are introverted and they work on radio, and also it is possible to be in the media space and be introverted and be shy and be anxious or just shy or introverted. Like, it's actually very possible. So yes, that's one thing that I would absolutely love to address as a misconception. I don't know why people feel like when you're at a party you have to engage, and, you know, sometimes it's okay for you to be at a party or be outside and just want to be on your own or just do stuff and just enjoy the party. Like, you don't have to be the one turning up, you don't have to be the one with all the energy. It's okay to just chill. But like, no, if you're at the party, if you're not turning up, you're making everybody feel the type of way. I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to enjoy what everybody else is doing. So yeah. So I like R&B. Yeah, so I'm like an R&B girly when it comes to the music. And please don't shout in my ear. Just give me something cute and nice. Something easy, you know. Yeah. I have a lot of songs that, you know, puts me in that headspace where I'm like, I like Ira Starr's Rhythm and Blues. I play that song when I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, hey, yeah. Helps me turn up. Beyonce, like anything from Beyonce is my go-to. Yeah, R&B, Beyonce, music from Beyonce, Ira Starr's Rhythm and Blues. Yeah. Then also like good R&B songs. Gospel too. This make me feel unstoppable. Like, yeah, God loves you kind of stuff. Gratitude. Endless ocean, like an endless ocean. Like that song really makes me feel good. Like, oh my God, you make me feel like, you know, you can do much more. Like you've done stuff, like you can do much more. And like that feeling of gratefulness, like, oh, you've been able to do all of this and you can do more. Then maybe I start reading my blue when maybe I need like an energy pump. I play that and I just turn up for myself. Beyonce's, a lot of, I'm a diva, like I'm a diva. Then songs like that. Beyonce's Upgrade You. Her songs generally, her songs from Renaissance album, like I just be turning up to her music. Thank you. Okay.